Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Morning Podcast for April 1st, 2025. Here's a brief summary of the top stories we're following today. We start with news from France, where a recent verdict has sparked mixed reactions from politicians and citizens. The verdict has raised concerns about the party's finances and reputation, and will continue to provide updates on this developing story. In other news, the Trump administration has deported another group of alleged gang members to El Salvador, despite ongoing legal challenges. This move has raised concerns about due process and the treatment of migrants, and we'll be keeping a close eye on the situation as it unfolds. And finally, President Donald Trump is set to unveil his highly anticipated reciprocal tariffs today, which aim to level the playing field for American businesses. The move has sparked concerns about retaliatory measures from other nations and potential harm to the global economy. We'll provide ongoing coverage and analysis of this story throughout the day. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Stay informed with our up-to-the-minute reporting and expert insights, and we'll see you again soon. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we're following the devastating humanitarian crisis in Gaza, where a recent evacuation order has left thousands of residents fleeing for safety. The conflict between Israel and Hamas has resulted in significant loss of life, with over 1,000 people killed since the renewal of hostilities. We urge all parties involved to prioritize the safety and well-being of civilians and work towards a peaceful resolution. Secondly, we're reporting on the tragic discovery of a mass grave in southern Gaza, containing the bodies of 15 emergency and aid workers, including Palestinian medics and a United Nations official. The international community has condemned the killings, with calls for justice and adherence to humanitarian law. It's essential that we protect civilians and medical personnel in conflict zones. Lastly, we're examining the broader implications of these conflicts, including the role of international humanitarian law and the responsibility of nations like the U.S., as a major arms supplier to Israel, to ensure that its weapons are not used in breach of these laws. As we continue to monitor these situations, we'll provide updates and analysis. For now, it's crucial that we prioritize compassion, diplomacy, and collective action towards a more peaceful world. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll be back with more news after this break. Stay informed, and let's work together towards a better future. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm your host, Louis. We're starting the day with a recap of the top stories from around the world. First off, we have a developing story out of the White House, where President Donald Trump is set to announce his reciprocal tariff plan today. This move has already sparked uncertainty in financial markets, and experts warn it could lead to disruptions in global supply chains and increased prices for American consumers. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it unfolds. Meanwhile, our friends up north are bracing themselves for potential economic fallout from the tariffs. A report from the Conference Board of Canada warns that the country's economy could shrink by 0.3% in the second quarter if the tariffs remain in place, resulting in approximately 50,000 job losses. And finally, a look at the Indian stock market, where foreign selling and domestic economic growth are making for a cautious investor environment. Our analysts are advising investors to keep a close eye on sector performance and technical analysis, as Q4 earnings and tariff implications are expected to influence market direction. That's all for now. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we looked at the European Space Agency's ExoMars mission, which aims to search for signs of life on Mars. Despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks, including delays and budgetary issues, the mission has received support from NASA and Airbus, offering renewed hope for its success. Next, we explored the latest updates from SpaceX and Blue Origin. SpaceX has been making significant strides with its recent launches, including a Falcon 9 rocket carrying private lunar landers into orbit. Meanwhile, Blue Origin is working to overcome challenges with its New Glenn launch, which has been delayed due to unfavorable conditions. Lastly, we touched on the growing intersection between commercial aviation and space exploration, as airlines like Qantas work with space companies to ensure safe and efficient operations. With private companies leading the charge, the space industry is poised for a new era of collaboration and innovation. That's all for today's summary. Tune in to our previous episodes for more in-depth analysis, and stay curious about the wonders of the universe. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Until next time, keep exploring. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Let's dive right in. First off, we're looking at the NFL offseason, which is heating up with potential rule changes, quarterback drama, and coaching moves. The league is considering allowing teams to play an extra game in case of a tie-breaker situation, and Aaron Rodgers' future remains uncertain after his visit with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, Derek Carr's trade plans have been put on hold, and the Baltimore Ravens have extended coach John Harbaugh's contract through 2027. In college football news, we've got a fascinating tale unfolding with Corey Coleman, the former Baylor standout, who's now coaching wide receivers for the TCU Horned Frogs. This move is about more than just football. It's about growth, evolution, and the pursuit of excellence. With 3 of TCU's top 4 pass catchers moving on to the NFL, Coleman's expertise will be invaluable in rebuilding and recharging their pass offense. And finally, we're looking ahead to the upcoming season, with the NFL draft just around the corner. Speculation is rampant about which teams will make big moves, with the Cleveland Browns unlikely to trade up for the top spot, and the Las Vegas Raiders weighing their options with the 7th overall pick. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for tuning in to this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press podcast. Stay informed and keep on shining. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. First, we explored the impact of technology on our daily lives, highlighting the need for balance in our digital age. We discussed how excessive screen time can affect our mental and physical health, and the importance of setting boundaries to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Next, we celebrated the achievements of the Odessa High School color guard team, who placed 11th out of 30 teams at the state competition. Their remarkable performance is a testament to the power of teamwork, dedication, and community support. Lastly, we took a journey to the charming Batesford Hotel in rural Australia, where we discovered a beautifully restored historic pub that's become a hub of community activity. With its delicious menu, cozy atmosphere, and stunning surroundings, it's a true gem that showcases the importance of preserving local traditions and customs. These stories remind us of the beauty of everyday life, the impact of human connection, and the extraordinary achievements of ordinary people. Join us next time on the AI Daily Press as we continue to explore the heart of America and celebrate the people and places that make our country so special. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm Charles, your host for the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm your host, Joan. Let's dive right into our top stories from this week. We started with a fascinating look at the world of luxury hotels, where we explored the latest trends and opulent getaways. From lavish amenities to breathtaking views, we gave you the inside scoop on the most decadent destinations around the globe. Next up, we shone the spotlight on social media sensation Noah Beck, who's taking the entertainment industry by storm with his acting chops, fashion cred, and savvy business sense. We talked about how he's leveraging his massive online following into real-world success, and what lessons we can learn from his diversified approach to building a brand. And then finally, we took a break from the glamour of Hollywood to explore the enchanting world of fireflies. We delved into the science behind their mesmerizing light shows and highlighted the importance of preserving these tiny creatures and their habitats. It's a reminder that even in our busy lives, we can appreciate the beauty and wonder of the natural world. That's all for today, folks. Tune in tomorrow for more exciting stories, updates, and analysis from the AI Daily Press. And remember, as I always say, face it, darling, influence is power, and we're here to bring you the latest on the people, places, and things that are making waves in our world. Stay fabulous, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we explored some fascinating stories about wildlife, including the intriguing lives of certain species and the importance of conservation efforts. We also delved into the world of forest restoration, where billions of dollars are being invested to address the twin crises of biodiversity loss and climate change. However, it's crucial that these projects prioritize explicit biodiversity goals, select suitable methods, and commit to long-term monitoring to ensure they yield more than just carbon sequestration. Secondly, a disturbing report revealed that a third of U.S. bird species are in decline, with many requiring urgent conservation actions. The data indicates ongoing declines across all bird groups, but there's also hope, as successful conservation initiatives have helped reverse some declines. It's essential to recognize the importance of birds in maintaining healthy ecosystems and the economic benefits they provide. Lastly, we touched on the need for a more nuanced approach to forest restoration, one that balances human needs with the conservation of our planet's precious biodiversity. We must adopt explicit biodiversity goals, improve monitoring technologies, and commit to long-term conservation efforts to mitigate power asymmetries and inequalities. These articles underscore the urgency of addressing biodiversity loss and climate change. As we move forward, it's essential to maintain optimism while acknowledging the complexity of these issues. By making informed decisions, supporting conservation organizations, and advocating for environmental protection, we can work together towards more effective conservation strategies and ensure the long-term health of our planet's ecosystems. That's all for today's summary. Thank you for joining me on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Remember, the future of our planet depends on the choices we make today. Let's strive to make a difference and protect our natural world. Until next time, goodbye. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.